Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel 100 Ideas. Modern garden design has its roots in the 1950s and 60s, a time that was all about bold geometry and linear designs. Modern landscaping is known for its streamlined aesthetic and sleek, sophisticated style. Overall, the garden will feel controlled and organized. Typically, the focus is heavier on hardscape and structures than it is on plants. Modern plants are usually green and selected for shape and texture. Pops of color are then added with furniture cushions, planters, or a painted wall. Popular materials used in modern landscaping include concrete, metal, and wood. Many designers opt for leaving concrete surfaces their natural gray. However, it can be stained a variety of colors. Metal, especially weathered cotton steel, is a common accent in modern gardens. It can be used as planters, as a privacy screen, or even as small retaining walls. Wood decking is also common in modern yards. The wood of choice is usually oak, a perennial hardwood with a rich color. One of the main goals of modern design is to create contrast. For example, a large massing of ornamental glosses pops out against a gray concrete wall. Orange cushions draw your eye when placed on otherwise simple patio furniture, and a fire pit filled with colored glass demands attention when set amongst a bed of blue stone. It is important to be selective when creating contrast. Too much can be overwhelming and make the space seem disjointed. Pick 2 or 3 spots in your yard and focus on one contrasting element for each. A trademark of modern landscapes is a paved area planted with a grid of greenery. This can be paving stones with grass growing where the root would traditionally be, or concrete poured in selections that allows thyme to grow in between. However, grid patterns are not the only way to achieve a modern look. Landscape designers suggest using plants that are architectural and have interesting textures, as well as using containers. We hope this video was useful to you. Like it, write your comments and subscribe to our channel. If you're considering hiring someone to build a landscape retaining wall on your property, you'll want to have a basic understanding of what goes into proper retaining wall design. This way, you'll be sure to get a quality wall that will last for years without problems. An improperly built retaining wall may bulge, crack, or lean, creating an unsightly eyesore and a headache for you. Base. First, a retaining wall must be built on a suitable base. Block manufacturers as well as experienced contractors and engineers stress the importance of starting with a good base. The base of a retaining wall should be set below ground level. The taller a wall is, the further below ground level it should be set. Critical for supporting the rest of the wall, a good base is made of compacted soil and at least a 6-inch layer of compacted sand and gravel. Backfill. Second, a retaining wall must have properly compacted backfill. Backfill refers to the dirt behind the wall. In order to provide proper drainage, at least 12 inches of granular backfill, gravel or a similar aggregate, should be installed directly behind the wall. Compacted native soil can be used to backfill the rest of the space behind the wall. If you intended to do landscaping behind the wall, a 6+ inch layer of native soil should also be placed over the gravel fill. Drainage. Third, since most retaining walls are impervious, which means water cannot pass through the wall itself, efficient drainage is crucial. When drainage goes, unaddressed hydrostatic pressure will build up behind the wall and cause damage such as building or cracking. There are a number of ways to ensure proper drainage of water from behind a retaining wall. First is to make sure your landscaping contractor backfills at least a foot of space behind the wall with gravel. Second is having a perforated pipe installed along the side or backfill the bottom of the wall. And third is to ask if weep holes will be needed to allow water to drain through the wall. Height. Fourth, it's important to know that the height of a retaining wall determines the load it can bear and how much extra reinforcement will be necessary. Typically, residential retaining walls are built between 3 and 4 feet high. This height provides excellent strength without requiring anchors, cantilevers, or other additional reinforcements. If your property requires a higher wall, you have two options. You can have the wall specially designed by an engineer, or you can use a series of 3-4 foot walls to create a terraced effect. We hope this video was useful to you. Like it, write your comments and subscribe to our channel. Walkways are an important part of front yard landscaping. A beautiful walkway will greatly enhance your home's curb appeal and provide a way for you and guests to get to your front door. You'll want the walkway to look nice and be easy to walk on, since it will serve as an entrance to your home. Whether it will lead straight to your front door or to a small courtyard garden or porch, there are many design options for front yard walkways. 3 important front walkway design considerations: width, shape, paving materials. Determining front walkway width. Whether your walkway leads from the street to the front door, from the driveway to the front door, or from the front yard to the backyard, the walkway width is very important. When you are hosting parties or family gatherings, it is likely that many people will be using the walkway. It should be wide enough that 2 people can comfortably walk side by side. 4 feet is the minimum width for a front walkway, but 5 feet is preferred. Get more information about walkway dimensions. Choosing the shape of a front yard walkway. There are a few factors that should be considered when deciding on your front walkway shape. The first factor is the size of your yard. Typically, small front yards look best with a simple straight walkway, while a curved walkway can add much needed design interest to a large front garden. The second factor is the style of your home. If your home has a traditional colonial or Victorian style, then a formal straight path is the best option. A straight entry walkway will help to emphasize your front door as the focal point of your home. If your home has a ranch or Mediterranean style, an informal curved path is the best option. However, be careful not to overdo the curves, because then people will take shortcuts through your front lawn. Selecting paving materials for a front walkway. Since a front walkway is a big part of your home's curb appeal, you should select materials that complement the exterior of your home. For example, if your house has a brick accents, a concrete walkway with a brick border would look especially nice. When selecting materials for your walkway, keep in mind that solid paving, such as concrete, stone or pavers, is easier and safer to walk on than stepping stones or gravel. We hope this video was useful to you. Like it, write your comments and subscribe to our channel.